Assalamu alaikum. Today the practical is how to record blood pressure. For recording of blood pressure, you should know first what is the normal blood pressure and what is pulse pressure and what is mean arterial pressure. The blood pressure is the pressure exerted by the blood against the blood vessels wall during the systolic and diastolic phases of heart. The pressure exerted during systolic phase is systolic blood pressure, while the pressure exerted during diastolic phase is diastolic pressure. The pulse pressure is the difference between systolic and diastolic pressure, and the mean arterial pressure is the average pressure that remains throughout the cardiac cycle is the mean arterial pressure. As you know, the heart remains in the diastole more than the systolic phase. It can be calculated by this formula: diastolic plus 1/3 of pulse pressure. First of all, you should know the normal range of blood pressure. What is normal range of systolic and diastolic pressure? The normal range of systolic pressure is 70 to 120 millimeter of mercury, while the diastolic pressure, the normal range is 60 to 90 millimeter of mercury. Before proceeding, we should know the principle. What is the principle for recording blood pressure? The pressure of the blood in artery is balanced against the air pressure in the rubber cuff that will surround the artery, and that the air pressure in the cuff is measured by using the sphygmomanometer. Operators, we are going to use today the sphygmomanometer, either the mercury sphygmomanometer or Android sphygmomanometer, and stethoscope. This is mercury sphygmomanometer. It has parts. This is mercury reservoir, which is connected to the rubber tubing to this bag, to this cuff on one side, while the other end is connected with this graduated tube that is graduated from 0 to 300 millimeter, and the one smallest marking is equal to 2 millimeter. This cuff is called the river of the cuff. One plastic bag is enclosed in this cuff that is normally 12 into 24 centimeter, and this plastic bag is connected through these two tubings. The one tubing is connecting it with this mercury reservoir, while the other tubing is connecting it with this air pump. This air pump is provided with a valve on one side. When we rotate this valve clockwise, we can fill the pressure inside this rubber bag. By moving on the other side anti-clockwise this valve, we can deflate this rubber cuff. This is stethoscope. These are the earpieces, and this is the tubing of the stethoscope, and this part is chest piece. On one side this is diaphragm, and the other side is bell. We will use the chest diaphragm today for recording blood pressure. The bell is used for listening the low pitch sounds like murmurs. Today we are going to record blood pressure by using palpatory method and auscultatory method. You have to take consent before recording the blood pressure. When you tie the cuff, the lower edge of the cuff should be 3 cm above the cubital fossa, and the upper arm should be at the level of the heart. First, we will record the blood pressure by using the palpatory method. For that purpose, you have to palpate the radial artery first. Slowly inflate the cuff. Until the pulse will disappear. Inflate it more 4 to 50 millimeter of mercury before that, more than that level, and then slowly deflate it. When the pulse will reappear, that point will be systolic blood pressure. Disadvantage of this method is that we cannot measure the diastolic pressure with this method. Now we will perform the auscultatory method for recording blood pressure. For that purpose, we will use stethoscope. We will place the chest piece on the medial side of the cubital fossa where the brachial artery is present, and then we will inflate the cuff above than the estimated systolic pressure that came through the palpatory method. Now slowly deflate it. Where the first sound will be appear, that will be systolic pressure. After that, the sounds will change in character, and finally there will be muffled. That will be diastolic pressure, and after the muffling of the sounds, they will disappear suddenly. This changing of sounds between the appearance of systolic and diastolic pressure, these are called the Protokov sounds. These are due to the jetting effect of the blood when that will be passed through the blood vessels, through the partially occluded blood vessel. There are 5 phases of the Protokov sounds. Initially the sound, it will be sharp and snapping, then it will be soft, and while lowering the mercury column, the sounds will become loud and banging, and then they will be muffled. The first appearance of sound, that will be sharp sound, that is systolic pressure, and the muffling of sound, the level at which the sounds will be muffled, that will be diastolic blood pressure. In some hypertensive patients, there is a gap between these phases of the sounds. The sound will appear and then there will be a silent gap, and then they will reappear. This gap is called the auscultatory gap. You will record your measurements here in this table like this. When you will take the record the blood pressure by using palpatory method, you will take 3 readings, and then you will calculate the average of these 3 readings, 1, 2 and 3 readings, and then you will write down your systolic pressure. By using the auscultatory method, we will record systolic blood pressure and then diastolic pressure. Pulse pressure you will measure. You will estimate by subtracting diastolic pressure from the systolic pressure, and then mean arterial pressure you can calculate by adding diastolic pressure and 1/3 of pulse pressure. When you will add, that will give you mean arterial pressure. What precautions you have to take when you are measuring or recording the blood pressure? The upper arm should be at the level of the heart, and the lower border of the cuff, it should be 3 cm above the cubital fossa, and it is most favorable or preferable that you record the blood pressure from the left arm, and when you place the stethoscope on medial side of the upper arm, it should be above the cubital fossa.